Hello and welcome back to the Academic Society. It's Toy in here and I have a very exciting video for you. So this video is not about time management or productivity. I'm a homeowner now and I wanted to share that whole process with you because it was actually pretty miraculous how it happened. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing how I purchased my very first home. It's a condo, and this video is really going to be kind of like a testimony of like my faith and how I got here. So I'm really excited to share this with you. It still kind of feels surreal to me that I purchased my first home. So I'm excited to take you on this journey with me. So if you're new here, I'm Toyin, the founder of the Academic Society. I typically make videos for grad students and academics to help them with time management, productivity, and also academic lifestyle. I'm a lecturer at a university. I just finished my 4th year of being a lecturer at my school, and I guess to really start this story, let's start in the early spring of this year. So I guess about February or so, I had just finished submitting my taxes. I hired an accountant for the first time, and wow, life got so much easier for me. It was an amazing decision. I definitely do not regret hiring my accountant. I just felt like such a grown-up. And then I got hit with an email from the property manager from the apartment that I lived in, asking if I wanted to re-sign my lease and live in my apartment for another year. And she wanted to let me know that the rent was going up by $100. Again, for like the 3rd year in a row. So basically the price that I was spending on my rent would be increased $300 more per month than what it was when I started. And I was like, oh my goodness, I feel like this is a waste of money. So I thought to myself, could this be the time to purchase a place? Like every year, I always say, next year, I'll buy a home. Next year, I'll buy a home. But every year when the next year comes, I have zero savings. So I could not buy a home. And so I was just like, well, let me just see if this is possible before I give her an answer. So I talked to my friends who recently purchased a home, and they told me about their realtor and their mortgage broker. And so I went to their mortgage broker and I just wanted to, get some facts and see, is this even possible for me to do by August? Could I even purchase a home, especially someone who has zero savings? Like, are there any programs or anything that I could do? And so I go to the mortgage place, and wow, what an informative meeting. I left there with so much information. He gave me like a sheet of paper that had all of the fees and all of the little hidden things that you don't even know are involved in buying a home. I was there for like an hour and he was just giving me advice and sharing what to expect. And so I ended up leaving there pre-approved. I was pre-approved to purchase a home for $160,000 with $5,000 down. And I asked him, I was like, well, could I even get like a 2-bedroom place in my town for $160,000? He said, yes, it's just very competitive. And then there's the price, the point of the down payment. I would have to have $5,000 to put down, and I had maybe $100 in my savings. And so I'm like, okay, well, could I really do this? I have this business, the Academic Society. I thought to myself, is it possible for me to make $5,000 by the summer with the Academic Society? And so I was just kind of thinking about it. I prayed on it, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna have faith that I can do this and try to raise $5,000 with my business. And so I started business planning. And in the meantime, every single morning, I know I shared with you guys my morning routine and my daily routine, what I do, but every morning I wake up and do a prayer and devotion. And part of that would be praying that I would find a way to purchase a home. And about 3 or 4 weeks into this decision that I'm going to have faith that I can do this and not re-sign my lease, 2 people from my community reached out to me, and these people are actually McNair directors and coordinators. So if you're unfamiliar with the McNair program, there are multiple different McNair programs at different universities in the United States, and basically they help students, especially underrepresented groups and minority students, go to grad school. They have a program where they teach the students about grad school, prep them to take the GRE. Also, they do a summer research project to get used to doing research before going to grad school. It's an amazing program. I was actually part of that program in my undergrad. I was a McNair scholar, and this was about the time where the pandemic was really starting to be a thing, and we were realizing, okay, we're not going to be open in the summer. And they reached out to me saying, you know what, your stuff that you do for grad students is really good. We would love it if you could teach our McNair scholars some of the time management tips you teach the grad students. And I was like, oh, I never even considered that. Sure. What kind of things would you guys be looking for? And that's when I was able to sit in one of the McNair meetings. They had like a webinar for all the McNair programs, which there are over 100 McNair programs. And they were talking about their plans for the summer and what they wanted to do. And then I really sat back and reflected, like, what was my experience in McNair like? What were we doing? There was a major focus on applying to grad school. And that's not necessarily what I teach grad students. I teach, time management, productivity. It's been a long time since I thought about applying for grad school. But then I thought, what if I can combine the two? What if I could teach the undergraduate McNair scholars all of my time management and productivity tips in the context of applying for grad school? Could I help them organize that whole process, create a schedule and a plan and a roadmap to applying for grad school so that the whole process isn't so overwhelming while they're trying to juggle taking their classes, doing their research, having a social life, and then on top of that, applying for grad school. So I came up with a plan. It was called Grad School Prep and Summer Virtual Community. So I wanted to get multiple McNair programs involved so that their students can join a community together, since they won't be able to travel this summer to go to conferences and meet each other. Maybe they can meet each other in my group. So I pitched my idea to the people who are in my community that asked me about it, and they loved it. And they reached out to their fellow McNair contacts to see if people were interested. And so I set up a sales page and I set up Zoom meetings, and literally every Zoom meeting I had, all of the McNair directors were interested. They were like, oh my goodness, this sounds amazing. We love that you're a McNair scholar who has fulfilled the goals of the McNair program by getting their PhD and working in academia, and then you're giving back and helping the students. The students will learn so much from you. We love it. We want to be involved. And 10 McNair programs joined my program. So I made way more than the $5,000 I needed, which meant that I could raise my spending limit on the place that I could live in, on the cost of the property that I could buy. I was able to raise a $20,000 down payment. Wow, this blew my mind. And every day as I was creating this program and working on getting new leads for the program, I was praying about it and just asking the Lord to provide. And wow, He showed up and showed out in a miraculous way. So here I am, a homeowner. So how did I even go through this process? So as I was raising the funds, and it was pretty clear that my down payment was going to be more than $5,000, I was like, okay, I think it's time for me to get back in contact with the mortgage broker and also reach out to the realtor. And so I told the mortgage broker about my situation. He raised my pre-approval amount. And so I contacted the realtor on like a Tuesday, told him what I was looking for. We went to view 2 places, and I took some video of this, so I'll put the video in this video as well. All right, I don't know if the lighting is great. Okay, there we go. All right, so it is an exciting day today. Today, I am starting the home buying process. I am going with my realtor today to look at a couple condos. And so I thought I'd take you guys on the journey. We're looking at 2 places. I think one is much bigger than the other. So we'll see which one that I like. And yeah, this is the first step. We looked at 2 places. One was almost identical to the apartment that I lived in before, which I love that. because I loved where I was living, and I probably wouldn't have moved if they didn't keep raising the rent. However, this place that was just like where I lived was way smaller. The rooms were so much smaller, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna pay all this money, I feel like I would want some more space. And so the same day we went to a second place, which wasn't on my radar. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath condo, and it was huge, over 1,500 square feet. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Also, the area I had no idea existed, and I fell in love with it. I was like, I love this place. So I contacted my realtor on a Tuesday. We went to view this place on Friday. Sunday, I put in an offer and it was accepted. Monday, I contacted the home inspector. Tuesday, they inspected the place. I'm under contract. I was like, wow, this is happening. So I had to choose the end date for my contract. And I was like, okay, well, typically it needs to be like 30 days. You don't want to wait too long. The buyer may say, no, we're going to find something else. Luckily, the place I'm living in had been sitting on the market for about 3 months. So they really wanted someone to buy. So I chose a date of June 30th. And my birthday is July 1st. So if I closed on my expected closing date, I would own a place for my birthday. It was like a wonderful birthday gift that I was able to give to myself. So things just started working out. I sent so many emails back and forth to the mortgage people. They want to know where all of the funds are coming from so they can do all the underwriting. They were like, we see that you lived in this one place for 2 months. Did you pay rent there? Why did you live there? I was like, oh, that was between grad school and starting my job where I lived with my parents for free. They have to know all those little bitty details just to underwrite your loan. And the day just kept approaching and everything just went so smoothly. Now looking back, I've heard that there have been like not so smooth situations that most people have to go through with purchasing a home, but I was just so blessed that everything just worked out so well. So I signed and I became a homeowner on June 30th, and my friend, we came over to look at the place now that I had the keys, and we had a fun little chat and milkshakes and dinner here on the floor, and I think that's probably what I'll use as my thumbnail, so you probably saw that picture. And then I was like, okay, well, what are the things I need to do to update the place before I move in? So I decided I wanted to get it painted. And so I went to Lowe's, by the way, my new favorite place, to ask about paint and what people do. And I found this wonderful booklet that had all like color themes. So if you had like a vibe in mind, you can get the colors that work perfectly together. So that's exactly what I used to choose my colors for my place. And I even talked with the guy at Lowe's who was like the manager or supervisor there. He is an interior design professor at the community college. And I was like, wait a minute. He was like, yeah, we have a certificate in interior design. I was like, I could go there and take interior design classes. I would love that. Fun fact, I actually wanted to be an interior designer when I was younger. However, I could not draw, and I knew I would not be able to do the sketches to be able to make it in the career. So that's something I'm kind of thinking about, is interior design. So I asked my realtor about all the things, and he is so knowledgeable about homes and home repair and upkeep in this town. So he gave me a name for someone if I wanted to get the place renovated. He gave me the name for someone if I needed to get like little things fixed, like a handyman, quick fix guy, and also a painting company. And so I reached out to the painting company, and they gave me a great quote, and they painted my place, all 3 bedrooms, all extra rooms, in one day in like 3 hours. And then the next day my cleaning people came and cleaned the place. And the next day I got movers to come and move me in. And I've been here for just over 1 week. And I'm so excited to live in my new home. And I wanted to say thank you all for watching and being engaged and being part of the Academic Society, because it's because of you all that I got to live here. Wow, I'm getting emotional. Because I show up consistently on YouTube, on my website, my email newsletter, Instagram, and I'm able to talk with so many grad students and help you even more in every new video, my reputation for helping grad students with this area has made me become an expert. And I do believe it was my expert status that really landed me this McNair deal. And then it also opened me up to new ideas for business. For example, my project management for academics program, all the students who are involved in that program love it. They realize, oh my goodness, I needed a way to manage my time and organize my life. And so I created a framework just for that. And the students who participate, they are able to manage their time. Someone told me in our last live session that every time I've done this process and this framework, I've gotten everything done that I plan to get done for the month. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. More grad students need to have this in their hands and be able to go through the program. And so because I was able to work with McNair on like a larger scale, I realized, oh, what's stopping me from offering project management for academics to different grad departments so they can purchase it for their students? So let me know, you guys, if you would like a link to share with your department head to get them to purchase that program for you so that you and your fellow grad students can learn about time management and productivity. Anyway, I digress. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. I love living here. I'm so excited that I'm a homeowner. It's still feeling unreal, but more real as the days go on. And I'm just so excited that I was able to have this experience and raise the money for my home. And it's because of you all. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And I will see you next week. Have a wonderful day. Bye.